nothing like living a simple life. Something out those aches and pains from working on the farm.
Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out. I've got another cool Vevor product to check out with you tonight, and I'm excited to be working with these guys. There are a lot of tools that I could use here on the farm, here at the shop, that I just can't afford. And so the idea that I'm able to work with this company to show off cool products and to get to keep a few of them for myself is a really, really great opportunity. I hope you'll continue to watch the reviews I do on these products because they make some really cool stuff. This is the Vevor hydraulic floor jack. It's a 3-ton version. I actually was going to show an unboxing video of it, but there wasn't a whole lot to unbox. It's basically installing just 2 pieces, and I'll go ahead and take them off right now and show you how simple it is to install them. On the one hand, you have this, the upper and lower parts of your jack arm, and it just slides into place, and you have one bolt here, and you can hand tighten it or tighten it all the way down. I'll probably leave it loose so I can fold this thing up and put it underneath the workbench when I don't need it. This top piece is cool. My other jack that I've had for 22 years, I got from my father-in-law. It was actually my brother-in-law's. No-name jack, 22 years old at least. And the top part was lost because it was a piece that was bolted in. He took it out for storage, and this thing disappeared. This one has a cute little snap. It's just a push pin. And so when you slide it in, you just push the pin, and then it locks into place. You can't get it out of there, right? Like all jacks, tighten it up to start the jacking process, and here you go. We'll lift it up. I'm not even going all the way down with this, but you can see it's like a fast pump. And that's at full height. What is that? 2 feet, maybe a little bit more than 2 feet. It has a lifting range is from 90 to 500 millimeters. I'm not good with conversions, but y'all can figure out how many inches that is, but it's a good spot there. This thing swivels. It does have some tabs, and I'll get the camera off and show it closer in. And then it does have, if I can pull it off, maybe not, yeah, sort of, a rubber pad here on top, so kind of a non-slip portion there. I love the color. That kind of bumblebee yellow and black scheme is cool. To lower it, just twist the rod the other way and it comes back down. It does have a grease fitting, which I will put some grease in there. This is its main pivot point, so it does have a grease point there. The wheels, the back wheels are on casters, so you can swing it around. The fronts have some nice grab handles, so you could drag it around the floor quickly or over bumps or whatever. And the fronts are, well, I'd say maybe 2.5 inch wide, all steel with some bearings in there that must be inside of that. Cool. Let's take a look at the manual real quick here, and then I'll get the camera off and get you up close on this. Instruction manual. There really wasn't any assembly, so nothing to it really. Just shows how to attach the handle. And it talks about, you know, if anything goes wrong here, how to get in there and access, release the valve to get it back down to ground. On the piston itself, if this was jacked up, you can top off the fluids. So there's some ports up on top for hydraulic fluid, although clearly this one came with plenty of fluid. And it just talks about bleeding. If the jack suddenly has poor performance, you want to bleed the air out of it, and you can top it off with new fluid. And that's it. I mean, there's not a lot to it. You know, a pump jack is a pump jack. Nice, man. And then there's actually some troubleshooting in there, but really nice, really nice. Okay, let me get the camera in. We'll do a quick walk around, and I'll jack up the bus here just a little bit off of its jack stands to show you how it works. If you've seen one pump jack, you've probably seen them all, but this was cheaper than the Harbor Freight 3-ton, which is why I decided to go with it. I needed a newer jack, and this one's also very low profile, much like the Daytona jack. In fact, it's similar to it, not quite the same. The rear area here is different than a Daytona, but this front certainly reminds me of the Snap-on and Daytona jacks, where it's a real low profile, sneak up onto these modern cars that are real low to the ground. So I love it already, and I haven't even used it yet, but something I hope to have for the next 20, 30 years too. Let's get closer in. All right, here it is. You can see it, my foot in comparison. And I'll get closer in. You can see the swivel casters on the rear. and they're hardcore metal there. And then of course the rollers in the front. There's the pad, and lifting it's got a 2-spring piston setup there, if you can see in there. And this is our tighten and loosen, so if we let that go, we can lower it back down. Here's our fill valve if we need to, and there's our grease port, which I will be greasing, so that's our main pivot point. I'll go ahead and bring it back all the way up. And you can see, there's our jack in there. Pretty nice. And like, no wobble. Now, you're wobbling the whole unit on my crooked floor, but there's no wobble of the actual unit. No back and forth, no slop. So that's really a good sign there. And everything looks, I mean, this high quality stuff here, everything looks to be of a large enough size that it's not going to go anywhere. Here's our little grab handles here. Cool. And of course, this is padded too, so if it comes up and bops the car, it's protected. It's not going to get caught up in something. And to loosen it, you just twist that, and down it comes. Love it. Well, we'll jack up the front just a little bit. I've already got the bus where it needs to be, but I'll just show off lifting with it, and that'll wrap up the video. Once again, I'll leave a link to where you can find it. Vevor makes some great automotive products, but they also make a ton of stuff. They're like Harbor Freight type tools, but they also sell like industrial stuff, and they sell like food services stuff. It's incredible the amount of stuff they actually have listed on their website. Thousands of items, and of course Amazon, thousands of items there. I'll leave a link for the Amazon link on this one here, but it's just incredible. And that's about all I want to take it. As you can hear, I'm changing the ratio here for my jack stands and stuff underneath, so I don't want to go too crazy, but it lifted it effortlessly up off of that. I mean, it was like a quarter of a pump brought it up off of it. And I'm going to lower that slowly down. There she goes, and she's back down now, and there she goes. She's clear. Pretty cool. The Vevor 3-ton jack. It's WD-B-03000-B00-0. That's a lot to say. And take care, my friends.